If you want to invest in property, I believe that there's 10 key skills that you need to master. And skill number 3 is doing property due diligence. And so let me show you exactly what you need to do here. Hi, my name is Tony Dorr from Your First 4 Houses, and my channel is all about helping you achieve financial freedom through property. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any of the free content that I give you each and every week. So as I say, I reckon there's 10 key skills you should become familiar with in order to be a successful property investor, and skill number 3 is due diligence. Because property is obviously a really big investment, isn't it? You obviously don't want to discover any problems a bit further down the line. Or you also want to be absolutely sure that when you look at a property, that it is absolutely a deal before you start ploughing ahead. Because if you do some really good due diligence, establish that it's not a good deal, you want to drop it quickly and move on to that next property and start doing due diligence on that one. Okay. So let's imagine that you found yourself a great little property and the estate agent is telling you, this is an absolutely fantastic deal. You've got to buy this now. The first thing I would have to say here is that, with no disrespect meant to estate agents, obviously they get paid if they sell that property. Obviously the seller obviously pays them. And so they are slightly biased, aren't they, whether this is indeed a fantastic deal. So you need to do your own due diligence and establish for yourself whether it is indeed a really good deal. So let's start off with, what is the true market value? What is it really worth? And I would encourage you to disregard the asking price here, because the truth is, you don't know who actually set that asking price, did you? I would suggest that if the estate agent set the asking price, well, it's probably quite accurate. But if the seller set it, well, don't sellers always want the most amount of money they can get for that property? We need to look for accurate comparables, and in particular sold prices, not asking prices. So go to Rightmove, click here looking at house prices, and start to find a property or 2 or 3 that closely resembles the one that you're looking at. Also, ask the agents. Build up some rapport and ask the agents. Maybe not the one, if it's being sold through an agent, maybe not the one that's actually selling the property, but there's going to be lots of other agents in the area. Walk in and ask them. Do you know what? They will know what the accurate price is for that property in today's market. Now you need to consider, what is the highest offer that you will be willing to make on this particular property. And when we get on to negotiation, that is going to be your never go beyond figure. Now, assuming that you're going to rent this property out, let's talk about demand. If it's an HMO, you need to go onto Spare Room and compare rooms for rent to rooms wanted. If there is a massive oversupply of rooms in that area, well, I would be reluctant to actually invest if it's going to be an HMO, ultimately. You don't want to really invest in an area where there's a massive oversupply of rooms, do you? Even though I totally accept that if you've got the right HMO in the right area and it's amazing, you will of course rent that out all day long. It's still going to be better to be in an area where there's not an oversupply. Of course it is. And whilst you're there, by the way, look at what the average room price is. Compare this now with other areas around the area that you're looking at. How does it compare? Are there other areas that are close to the one that you're looking at where there isn't an oversupply of rooms? Now, if it's a house or a flat, for example, on Rightmove, search firstly with the include under offer box ticked, and then search again with it unticked. And that way you can build up an idea of how much demand is in that area. I did a great little video on this. You might want to check that out, which will teach you exactly how to do that. Once again, you're then going to want to compare that to areas that are around this one, and that video will show you exactly how to do it. Next, we need to calculate return on investment. This is obviously calculated as annual profit divided by the cash that you're investing in the deal multiplied by 100. That is return on investment. And you need to factor in all of your costs here. And I would encourage you to stress test this at a higher interest rate so that if and when interest rates do go up, you know you're still going to be making some money. And again, you want to compare this with other areas that are around you. Now, I did another little video on how to look at yield versus return on investment. I'd encourage you to check that one out because that's going to give you quite a lot of information as well. I want to move on to now local area. Ask the estate agent. They will know all of the areas around the investment property that you're actually looking at. Is there a new development that's going in that's going to have an impact on this price? There may be a new local employer coming into the area, providing a lot more jobs, which is going to increase demand, of course. Is there maybe a crime-ridden estate hidden around the back somewhere that maybe you're not aware of? Well, the estate agent will, of course, be aware of it. I'd also encourage you to view this property at different times of the day, different times of the evening, at the weekends. This should really form part of your basic due diligence. And if you're not familiar with it, check out streetcheck.co.uk. It's a fantastic resource. You can learn about the housing in the area, the type of people, employment, and even crime. I did a great little video on that. You might want to check that out. In my online property masterclass, I share my full due diligence process, so you can quickly work out when a property is in fact a fantastic deal. And so if you'd like to book a 10-minute phone call with me to find out a little bit more about this course and how it might benefit you, just click on the link here and I'll be very happy to answer any questions you may have.